Well, sir, you got enough grub and gear there to start a store of your own. What are you going after, stranger?
Store of my own.
You been on the trail long?
A while.
Coming from San Francisco.
What made you say that?
You Glade Rafferty. You wanted for bank robbery and murder in San Francisco. I wouldn't. Circular said there were two others. Eugene Slater and a Martin Warren. Where are they?
Dead?
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened. In the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
How did Slater and Martin die?
The desert. Coming over from Tucson. Thirst.
Didn't bother you?
I kept my mind on other things. I thought you gentlemen died of thirst on the desert.
The afternoon of July 29, 1881. Clay Hollister hadn't checked in at his office since early morning. His whereabouts was a mystery.
You know where you are, Hollister?
Yeah. 3 miles south of Tombstone. Old Wedlock Road.
Do you know why you're still alive? I'll help you. You want to get across the border to Mexico.
Without taking a regular trail.
And without running into Apaches. We can't do it alone, Hollister.
We don't know the country.
But you do. Now you know why you're still alive, don't you, Hollister? Slater was against bringing you along.
You should have listened to him. It isn't going to work.
You're going to be our guide, Sheriff.
Why? Keep you from shooting me? You're going to shoot me anyway when we get to Mexico.
Probably. But I think you'll come along just the same.
Why should I?
Tin badge. You're a sheriff, Hollister. It's the sheriff's duty to arrest people like us. As long as you're alive, you got a chance of doing just that. It's a slim chance, to be sure.
Oh, I don't know. 3 to 1 isn't so very bad odds.
3 to 0, Hollister. You don't have any bullets, just guns.
We figured it wouldn't look good if you run into somebody and you weren't wearing any.
Go on, check them.
I'll take your word for it.
We even stole a horse for you. You ought to be grateful. Show the proper spirit. All right, Sheriff, you're the lead man. Next stop, Sonora, Mexico.
You know how far that is?
It's only about 50 miles.
A broiling desert.
We're packed for it.
Enough?
More than enough. Food, water, happy?
I'll be happier when we get to Sonora.
All right, Sheriff, let's go.
I'll ride behind him. You even think, Tricky, and you're dead.
I guess he means it, Sheriff. Like I said, Slater's against this whole thing.
I'd mean it even if the plan were my own idea. Now get.
We'll take turns stand and watch. Except you, Hollister. You get to sleep right through.
Tonight.
The evening of July 29, in Tombstone, concern for Sheriff Hollister began to grow. There was no clue to his disappearance.
Glade!
Hold it.
He was drinking the water.
He's crazy. It was open, pouring out. He must have done it.
Shut up. How about it? Did you have anything to do with it?
How could I? Wasn't your boy watching me?
What'd he want to touch the water for?
To make it harder on us.
Make it harder on himself, too.
He's half lizard. He doesn't need much water.
I tell you, Glade, I didn't touch the water. He did.
Either way, you're wrong. Either you tried to steal our water, or you let the man you were supposed to be watching do it. Now go see how much water we lost.
Better than half empty.
You know, personally, I think you did it.
Rafferty, nobody, even if he's all lizard, can live on the desert without water.
You could. You know all about the desert. You know how a man without water can survive by squeezing the moisture out of the heart of a cactus plant. Well, I know that too, Hollister. And even if your plan had worked, you couldn't have won. And you won't win. Now go get some sleep.
30, 1881. Hollister's deputies made a thorough search of the Tombstone area. Nobody had seen the missing sheriff.
Hold it. Shouldn't we be going that way?
Oh. You sure? Positive.
You better be. Hollister. Pretty smart, aren't you?
What is it?
A rider. He was heading us right for him.
Well, I didn't see him till just now.
You're a liar.
Take it easy, Slater. What trouble can one man cause us? A patrol, even. Well, we're not 100 men now. We're members of the sheriff's posse. Right, Sheriff?
He could take a chance and give us away.
And have the other man killed? I don't think he'd do that.
Howdy, man.
Hello. Don't be unsociable, Sheriff.
Howdy, Sheriff. Name's Mitchell, prospector.
Hollister, glad to meet you.
Did you see a lone rider back there, Mr. Mitchell? We're looking for a tall man on a sorrel mare.
No, ain't seen a soul since I left Tombstone.
Tombstone? Tombstone's back there.
I'm afraid you turned around, son.
Yeah, he sure is. It's a tenderfoot. Well, I guess we better be riding, Sheriff. Nice to have met up with you, Mr. Mitchell.
Well, same here, man. Well, adios.
He'll be out of earshot in a minute.
The old man's out of earshot. What are we waiting for?
Not a thing.
We're not going to shoot him.
Why not?
We still need him to get to Mexico.
Are you crazy? He almost brought us right back to Tombstone.
He emptied out half our water.
How many chances does he get?
As many as we give him, I guess. Losing the water was your fault, Warren. Being led around the circle was everybody's fault.
Letting him live is gonna be your fault. I say he goes right now.
And I say you get no say.
I thought we were partners.
You thought wrong. And you're thinking wrong now. Better step back, Sheriff. He's a bad shot. You can still have another chance, Slater.
At what? Hanging? No thanks. You're the one that's making the mistake, Rafferty. Bringing him along. He's got a bag full of tricks. I say we kill him.
You said that before.
He's dead.
What do you think we should do about the sheriff, Warren?
Whatever you say, Glade.
Well, I say he should lead us to Sonora, Mexico. What do you say?
I say the odds are getting better. It's 2-0 now.
Funeral's upset you, Warren?
Not if it isn't mine. Can I have some water?
Later. Okay, Hollister. That's enough. Up. Hold it. Get up. Back over there. Warren.
Yeah.
Watch him. Bury him. You help him. Hollister. Take a look at that hand.
What's the matter? So much fuss about one little bullet. You got lots more to play with, haven't you?
Sure.
Did you find the bullet?
No, it's still down there. All right, that's good enough. Nobody will find him now. We'll take the extra horse along to lighten the supply load. Let's go. South.
July 31, 1881. Bulletins on Hollister were sent to peace officers throughout the Southwest. Still no clues.
What's that?
What's what?
In your hand. Open it.
Didn't we do that once before?
Well, let's do it again. Let me have your guns. One at a time. All right.
Glade!
Don't move, Warren.
You're kind of shaky, aren't you? Come on, you still have a gun.
All right, Sheriff. Might be interesting to see how well you can shoot.
Much obliged.
All right, let's go.
August 1, 1881. Clay Hollister had been missing for 4 days.
Glade!
Is he dead?
Yeah.
Odds keep getting better for me, don't they?
There's still 1-0.
1-1. I found that bullet you dropped at Slater's grave. It's in my gun now. The right one.
You're lying.
You're gonna have to prove that. You got one of two choices now. You can either surrender to me, or you can draw. Which one's it gonna be?
Suppose you do have that bullet. You've only got one shot.
That's true. But you can't find out unless you go for your gun, can you?
What have you got to lose by bluffing? We're almost to Mexico. You know I'll kill you anyhow when I don't need you.
Yeah, that's one side of the story. Other side is I've got the bullet. The bullet's in the gun. Well?
There's $50,000 in that saddlebag. You can have it. It's all for yourself. I don't call your bluff. You can take me in.
Turn around.
Had to find out.
Yeah.
August 3, 1881. A report reached me at the epitaph that Clay Hollister had been seen riding into town. Nation have you been, Clay?
I'll tell you.
Well, doing what?
Riding.
Well, you ought to let somebody know where you are. Things have been happening around here. You got a telegram from Tucson.
Oh?
Yeah, Charlie opened it. Says that 3 men wanted for bank robbery and murder are heading this way.
Well, 3 men would be riding 3 horses, wouldn't you say?
Well, of course they'd be riding 3 horses. What do you expect them to do, walk here? What's the matter with you? Must have been quite a gunfight.
1 bullet.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be, 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. Territory.
1885. An Apache Indian had been seen on the streets of Tombstone.
Ride a car here can peel a buffalo in 5 minutes.
And me and Floyd's so fast with a knife, we plumb run out of critters in Wyoming.
You're Floyd Rank.
Since when does an Indian walk up and talk to a white man?
I must know if you are Floyd Rank. I must know, so I kill the right man.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened, in the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
What you biting off, Injun?
You are the man who killed my father on the streets of Tucson?
Maybe I killed an Injun. Maybe you got in my way when I was crossing the street.
My father was an old man, crippled by many wars. He could no longer move fast to get out of the white man's way.
Well, he ain't moving fast now, Injun.
Get the sheriff. Now, this ain't no sheriff's business, it's ours.
Say, let me shake your hand.
I got to draw it and drop him before he cocked his gun. But I got me a scalp in Tucson. Wanted my brother to get him one.
Somebody get Hollister.
Just who are you?
Editor, the Epitaph.
Well, what's an epitaph? Slap him too, Floyd. Somebody give me a rope.
This beam's as good as a tree.
All right, that's far enough.
I'll take over from here.
We don't need no help, lawman.
Maybe I better decide who needs the help.
Tried to kill my brother.
Drew a gun on me.
That's right, Hollister. Another wild Apache.
You can't forget when they were all wild, can you, Stallings?
Who forgets a family wiped out? Stock driven off. Buildings burned.
That was 5 years ago, Rod. Most Apaches are on reservations now.
He was roaming the streets with a gun.
What's your name?
Tieka.
Pinolino Apache. San Carlos Reservation.
How come you know so much about this killer?
Tieka's tribe was one of the first to go onto the reservation voluntarily to learn our ways. His people are respected. They can be trusted.
He did draw a gun, Clay.
Well, maybe he had a reason.
He's our Injun.
You two come over to the office. I want to talk to you.
Well, I ain't never seen nothing like this.
Run it back. All right, Tieka, let's have your side of the story. Why'd you leave the reservation?
To kill him.
Why?
He killed my father. According to the tribal law, it is my sworn duty to avenge his death.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about your father, but we've got courts to judge these things.
Judgment was passed many generations ago by our wise elders. He killed my father. I must kill him.
Dirty savage. I should have killed him when he drew a gun on me.
Seems like you've already done your killing.
No jury's ever done nothing for killing an Injun.
Just keep your redskins out of our way.
This isn't the 70s. This is 1885, man. We're supposed to be civilized. We can't continue to kill the red man because he's in the way or different.
Looks like you're wasting your time, Harris. Tieke, I want you to give me a promise.
Promise?
I want you to promise me that you'll go back to the reservation and wait there till you get word from me.
You're turning him loose?
At least I'll know where to find him. I want to know where to find you, too. Don't leave town.
Forgetting he drew the gun?
No, I'm not forgetting it. Know that a man was killed in Tucson.
Man.
Tieke, I'll get all possible information from Tucson. If this man killed your father, I'll see that he's tried for it. I want your promise.
I promise. I will return to the reservation.
Ah!
Steve?
Yes, sir?
See him to the edge of town.
Well, of all the...
You just wait right here with me.
This is my first time off the reservation in many years. I would like to buy my wife some buttons and ribbons.
All right, but then I gotta get you out of town.
Thank you.
All right, who are you?
I'm Carl Rank. This is my brother Floyd.
You can't hold us.
Long enough for you to cool down. Give me your guns.
Our guns?
That's right. From Wyoming, aren't you?
Now, where'd you hear that?
Men dress different places. And we don't have any winters down here. Nor many buffalo skinners.
You guess good.
No guess. You buff peelers have a certain air about you. You can go now. But if anything happens to Tieke, I'll know who to look for.
What about our guns?
Pick him up tomorrow.
The afternoon of February 3rd. One of Hollister's deputies escorted Tieke to the edge of the business district on Allen Street, instructed him to return to the San Carlos reservation. It was a fatal bit of timing.
And if we hadn't bumped into the sheriff, me and Carl had ourselves another scalp. But a soul mine. Got $25 for it. I'll see you at the Crystal Palace.
I'm riding after him. I'll bring him back.
He was headed out of town.
Yeah. I pulled him out of a snowbank, but froze dead. He saved my life swimming a herd across the Platte. Been through buffalo stampedes and spooked longhorns. Lived to be killed by an Injun. I'll get him. I'll get him if I have to dog him for the rest of my life.
I'll handle it, Carl.
You handled it.
It's Hollister's job.
You talk about Injuns being different. Well, we're different, too. We could feel you staring at us because we ain't ragged out proper. Well, go ahead and stare. Stare at a dead buffalo hunter. then come stare at a dead engine. Because I'm gonna get him. I'll get him, and I'll kill any man that tries to stop me.
Steve, here, see what you can do for him.
Some sheriff took the word of an Indian.
Clay Hollister still thought Tieka would keep his word and return to the reservation, unless fear of Tombstone's Indian-hating element would force him to flee.
I thought I'd find you here.
I said I would be here on the reservation.
Some people back in Tombstone are going to find this kind of hard to believe.
You treated me fairly. This is my wife, Cheetah.
Hello, Cheetah.
Cheetah does not speak your language. And this is my son, Tayo.
Tayo? Floyd Rank died.
He was boasting about killing my father. The need for revenge was strong.
I still have to take you back for trial.
I am ready. I have justly avenged the death of my father. Your courts will set me free.
That's asking an awful lot. Does your wife know why I'm taking you in?
I've told her you would come for me.
The boy?
He is proud of his father.
He shoots very well.
He shoots like an Apache. And I've taught him some of your words. He will make a good American. I wish to say goodbye to my wife.
I'll wait for you over there. Cheetah, Tayo.
February 4, 1885. A draw in the rugged foothills 5 miles from Tombstone.
Rest the horses. Drink of water?
Thank you.
I'm taking him back for trial.
I ain't trusting or waiting for no trial. Gonna see him dance from that tree for Floyd.
Take cover.
You making this your fight?
Has been from the beginning, upholding the law.
I said I'd kill any man that stood in my way.
That's what you said.
Then you're asking.
Stallings?
You're making a mistake protecting that killer.
Then it's a mistake to be a lawman. Tieka. Tieka.
Yeah, you made a big mistake.
He wasn't running from the law. He was running from your rope.
If you don't get him, Hollister, I'm gonna get you.
Maybe.
February 10, 1885. A week had passed, and Clay Hollister was no closer to capturing the fugitive Indian. The sheriff and his deputies weren't the only searchers. Killing Tieka was an obsession with Carl Rank, now a grotesque hero in the eyes of ranchers who remembered Apache raids. He wore his sling like a badge of courage. and an indictment against the sheriff who trusts Indians.
Hey. No leads?
Come on inside a minute. I'm writing an editorial about all this, calling for respect for the rights of Indians.
Even after our example with Tieka backfired?
Well, it's not his fault it backfired.
No, you're ahead of your times, Harris.
I hope not.
Clay? A miner just stumbled into town. Tieka attacked him out at his camp and took his supplies.
Where?
In the Dragoons, headed up Spear Canyon.
That might be your lead, Clay.
At least it's a fresh one. Where's the miner now?
I told him to go to the hospital, but he claimed all he needed was a visit to the Crystal Palace.
Are you sure that's all? You know the country. Can you find that canyon?
Let's go.
We just organized a citizens' posse.
Yeah, we're going to do your job for you.
You can't stop us from riding out.
This time I'm not going to. I'm going to deputize all of you.
Deputize us?
Everybody get this. I'm the law. You'll take orders from me. It's a real rugged canyon to search. We'll need all hands.
Just so you don't lose that engine against Starman. If we don't get him, I'm going to get you.
You said that before.
You don't stand a chance against Hollister. A hideout gun?
Just in case he tries to stop me from getting my engine.
With the incongruous posse of Carl Rank, Stallings, and 2 more Indian haters, Clay Hollister rode to the miners' camp in Spear Canyon.
Take care of the horses.
You don't think he's still there, do you?
May learn something.
Even an engine ain't that dumb. Let's go dig him out of the canyon.
I'm running this rank.
Hollister!
You ran up the canyon, all right. Dropping things.
That's not very neat of him.
What kind of talk is that?
I'd like an Apache to leave a trail. I got an idea Tieka wants us to know where he's hiding.
What are we waiting for now?
Well, I'd kind of like to know what I'm walking into.
Well, let's go flush him out.
Hollister! Tieka! You come up for talk.
You going?
You come up alone, or all will be killed.
What's he talking about?
He's crazy.
I don't think so.
You're going to fight on the side of that engine.
We'll settle our affairs later.
Well, we know where he is. We can get him.
And he'll get half of you.
Bargain.
I figured you had. But I've got to take you in for trial.
No. I have looked into the eyes of the men who would have me killed. I now know the trial I would get in your court.
I can't argue with you. I think you will be hanged. You killed a man.
Then hear me out. I took dynamite from the old miner. It is in the entrance of the mine where the men are hidden.
Let's see what's going on up there.
You better stay where we're at.
I light this fuse. They will all die.
How do I know there's dynamite there?
I've spoken the truth before. I waited for you at the reservation.
Desperate men have been known to break their words. Could be a trick.
No.
Your bargain?
I will trade the lives of those 4 men for the one I killed. Then you will let me return to the reservation again.
You don't understand. It can't be done.
That's true. I do not understand. I will light this fuse. I must continue to kill.
Then I have to fight you.
No. That is not right. We must not fight each other.
We have no choice.
Tayo! Remove your gun belt.
Give this up, Tieka. If you continue this revenge fighting, someday he'll be killed too. Your son's blood will be on your hands.
We will fight like Apache.
The only thing you have left will be gone.
You will not fight. You are civilized.
Are you coming in with me?
No. I will not be hanged and laughed at after death by white men. Their eyes will not pick at me like the beaks of vultures. I have honorably avenged the death of my father. I will die like a warrior.
I have to take you in.
Do not try. I do not want my bullets to meet your flesh. Goodbye, my son. I will die either way.
Here he comes.
Dirty redskin.
Shoot him down.
Listen to me.
We've been listening to you. Why didn't you kill that savage when you had the chance?
Just who is the savage, Rank? You and your brother? This Indian hater Stallings?
You can't call my dead brother no savage.
Don't try to draw me, Carl.
You just did.
It's getting to be a habit with you.
Yeah.
He has a right, Hollister. You should have killed the Injun. He could have got one of us.
He could have got all of you. Tieka had dynamite hidden in that cave. That was his bargain. He'd spare your lives if I'd let him go, but I couldn't do it. So he let you kill him. It's the end of vendetta.
Dynamite, and you took his word for it?
The sheriff takes the word of an Injun.
You're just digging your grave deeper. You're all through, Hollister.
Maybe I am.
Well, we better be getting back.
You tell him what he did. Maybe it'll help things for Tayu and the others.
That's the way it happened. In the town too tough to die.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be. 'Cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
Old Martin.
Yeah, the rich man from Mexico. He deserves the best.
We'll give him a real old-fashioned Tombstone welcome.
Gila Gulch, 5 miles south of Tombstone.
Wait till I get off the first shot.
Sure, Crandall.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened. In the town too tough to die.
Tombstone territory.
Luis Martin, wealthy rancher, and his foreman, murdered. Jim Edwards, son of a local photographer, was the only witness.
Thought you said he was carrying $20,000.
Yeah. This is from the sheriff to Martin here. Seems they're friends. Hollister had Martin send the money by stage for safekeeping. To do one tomorrow. Hollister's putting it in the safe at the Exchange Hotel. Guess I'd better check in there tomorrow morning.
Good morning, Mr. Hollister.
What are you doing in town? Any law against the rancher coming in for supplies?
Depends on what you mean by supplies. Every time you come into town, there's either a robbery or a murder.
Coincidence.
I'm not going to argue with you, Crandall. If I were you, I'd get back to my ranch, fast.
But you're not me, Hollister. I can take care of my own affairs, thank you.
Your luck's overdue to change. Push it if you want to. Push it real hard.
Hello, Jimmy. How's the photography business?
Oh, that's all right. It's a little slow.
Yeah, all the town's growing. You and your dad'll make it.
Mr. Hollister.
A couple of men killed in an ambush down at Gila Gulch. Kelly Parker just rode in to
Kelly
report.
know him?
No.
All right, we'll ride out in the buggy. Get a couple of blankets.
Hi, Pa.
What's the matter with you this morning, Jim?
Nothing's wrong, Pa.
We sure act mighty strange. Where'd you go yesterday afternoon?
For a ride?
Jim, I wish you'd stick around and help me with the business. Time's money.
If time's money, why is it I never have a nickel?
Well, we need every cent to send you to college. Just think, next summer when that new territorial university opens, you're going to be a member of the very first class.
Pa, I wish you'd stop harping about college. Me, I'd just like a little money for a change.
You think Crandall did it?
I'll find out.
Yeah?
Yeah. Remember that Aztec ring that Luis was so fond of? Well, somebody took it. We're gonna make a call on Crandall first thing we hit town.
Matters of a range.
Get his gun, Charlie.
What is this?
No gun.
It's in the dresser. Top left-hand drawer.
It's a good-looking watch and chain.
I like it.
You're fond of fancy jewelry, aren't you?
I like jewelry.
Where were you yesterday?
Out at my place. Comes my hands will swear to.
I'll check it.
By all means. Now suppose you get out.
Glad to. As soon as I'm through with you. Charlie, check the room.
You got a search warrant?
Sure. Right here.
I'll add that to a mental file I'm keeping on you.
You know a friend of mine by the name of Luis Martin?
I've heard of him. Watch those shirts, will you? I paid good money to get them ironed.
Well, yesterday Martin and his foreman were killed.
Why tell me?
Nothing, Clay.
Check the bedding.
Every time there's trouble, you try to hang it on me. I'm fed up. Anytime you want a showdown.
I can't afford the pleasure. It's my job to put you behind bars.
There's nothing here, Clay.
All right, come on.
Yeah? Would you put this century note in the safe for me?
Well, yeah, certainly, Mr. Crandall.
If I need that in a hurry, can you open that safe anytime?
Anytime. Yeah, sign that for me.
Morning.
Say, haven't I seen you someplace?
Maybe.
Good morning. Is there something we can do for you?
My name's Crandall. My, lady friend's been after me to get some pictures made.
Oh, a portrait, Mr. Crandall? Maybe a head and shoulders.
I was thinking of something full length, so she can see all of me.
Won't you step this way, Mr. Crandall? Jim! Parlor setting's very popular. Reminds folks of home.
I wanted something with real flash.
Well, I can give you a garden background.
Garden?
You know, with a fountain, summer house, weeping willows.
I'll, settle for the parlor.
Well, if you'll just sit there, Mr. Crandall. Jim?
Oh. Could you put your head back here, please?
Mr. Crandall, if you'd like to have that gun end lifted a little, would you?
You hear the news?
What news?
2 men dry gulls just south of town.
Must have been after I was there. I didn't see a thing.
Well, you're lucky. Whoever did won't want any witnesses.
Robbery?
Well, that's the usual reason. Money's handy stuff to have around.
I wouldn't know. I never see enough of it.
Mr. Crandall, put your head back in the brace. All right, Mr. Crandall, anytime you're ready.
All right, smile.
Good. Now, you're entitled to another pose, Mr. Crandall.
One's enough.
Is a 10 the smallest you have?
That's right.
Just a minute.
Do you always carry that much money?
When I run out, I get some more. Anytime you're interested in real money, look me up.
I'm interested right now.
I'm staying at the Exchange Hotel.
What about your change?
Bring it to the hotel. There'll be $1,000 in it for you.
$1,000? It takes Pa 6 months to earn that much.
Most people plod along because they're afraid to take a chance.
Not me. I'm sick of having nothing.
This isn't child's play. Either you're in it all the way or not at all.
I seen one of your jobs. I know what to expect.
All right. You meet me here at 2 o'clock this afternoon. No later. And bring a gun.
Clay Hollister took Luis Martin's money shipment off the stage as planned. Martin was dead, but there was still a lively interest in the $20,000.
Put that in the safe, will you please, Mr. Snell?
Yes, of course. What's in it?
$20,000.
It's an awful lot of money.
I'll put it in the bank tomorrow.
Just sign it.
Oh, Snell, that money I left with you, I want to pick it up now.
Yes. Yes, of course.
Stay put. This is a holdup. Don't touch it! Drop it, I said.
Lock him up, Charlie.
Kid shot him. Tell he's no expert. Had to shoot 2 or 3 times before I could hit anything.
That's bad. What's your stake in this?
Well, I was standing at the desk there, trying to keep from getting gunned down.
Who else was in on it?
Somebody wearing a mask grabbed a valise and hightailed it out the back way. No more questions?
Did you send for a doc?
Nope.
Well, get him!
If you want me to testify, I'll be out at my ranch.
Well, hello, Hollister. I thought you were Jim.
I'm sorry, Mr. Edwards, but Jim's in jail on a robbery charge.
Jim's in jail?
Yes, sir. He's part of a gang that held up the Exchange Hotel, robbed him of $20,000.
Are you sure? I mean, did you see him?
I know it's hard for you to believe. It always is for parents.
But why would he do it? Why?
Money. The rest of the gang got away clean.
What gang?
Jim refuses to name anybody, sir.
Well, somebody must have seen him. What'd the clerk say?
He's in no condition to talk, sir. He was shot.
Jim shot Snell?
He says so. And if Snell dies, it'll be a murder charge, too.
Will you let me talk to him?
Well, of course, sir. Tell me, Mr. Edwards, was Jim a good shot?
I always wished he'd spend just half as much time with his books as he did with guns.
Did you know a man by the name of Crandall?
Well, yes, a fellow named Crandall had some photographs made.
Did Jim know him?
Well, he saw him in here.
I'll keep you posted about Snell. How's Snell?
Doc says he's still unconscious.
Yeah, you better check again. Shouldn't take a good shot 3 times to get his man, should it, Charlie?
3 shots?
Yeah. Jimmy's gun was fired 3 times.
Oh, well, it being his first crime and all, he could have been nervous.
Well, Crandall wasn't nervous standing right there by the desk. I got an idea Mr. Edwards isn't telling everything he knows about Crandall. Take care of things. Mr. Edwards? Mr. Edwards!
Mr. Riggs, I've got to talk to Jim.
Now, relax, Mr. Edwards.
I've got to talk to my boy.
I don't see why not.
Thank you.
I can't give you any more than 5 minutes. Jim.
Thank you. Jim, this is all my fault.
No. I wanted easy money.
Jim, did you shoot Snell?
Well, the only thing I figure, a bullet ricocheted.
Look, maybe if you tell Hollister who the others were, he might make it easier on you.
I can't do that, Pa.
Jim, outlaws don't deserve your loyalty.
It's no use.
Then you'll go to prison. Jim, they say that penitentiary at Yuma's like a living death. Do you know if Snell dies, you might hang?
If I could change things back the way they were, Pa, I would.
Jim. Jim, get out of the territory. You can make a new start. Now, I'll get Riggs to open the door. And his horse is outside at the hitching rail. Mr. Riggs!
Yes, Mr. Edwards?
Unlock the door.
Now, just a minute.
Please, Mr. Riggs. Don't make a murderer out of me, too. Open the door. Jim.
You'll be hearing from me.
Don't move. I had to help him. He's my son.
Now you're both in this. Get in that cell.
Clay, Crandall's made his mistake, Charlie.
Clay.
What's the matter with you?
Jim Edwards broke jail.
How?
His old man pulled a gun on me.
When?
5 minutes ago. At least I got Edwards locked up. Oh, Doc Cunningham dug this out of Snell.
It's a .45 slug. Jimmy was packing a .32.
Then he's innocent.
That's right. And he's on his way to Crandall for help.
queens and 10.
It's yours.
I ain't expecting nobody, are you?
No, take a look.
It's a kid.
How'd he get sprung?
Maybe Hollister let him out. Open up. I'll do the talking. Hello, Jam. How'd you get free?
Never mind that. They're after me. I need your help.
So you beeline it out here and bring us into it.
Shut up. You means you're involving all of us.
You wanted me in jail.
We'd have gotten you out at the right time.
I don't believe that.
It's Hollister.
You gotta help me. You gotta.
Take his gun.
We can gun him down when he comes in the door.
That won't be necessary.
I'm even behind him.
There's no need for it. Hollister's got nothing on us. We just caught a fugitive for him. Open up. Hello, Hollister. My boys just picked up your jailbreaker for you.
He's lying. All three of them were in on it.
Oh, there's no use, kid. Hollister's got your number.
You gotta believe me. Crandall promised me $1,000.
That's enough. Get over there by the fireplace where I can keep an eye on you. One good turn deserves another, Crandall. Saw the kid's father and I brought your picture.
Oh, yes, my picture.
You look all duded up. It's an unusual ring, Aztec, isn't it? From Mexico.
I don't know. I picked it up in a poker game.
You're lying.
What?
You got it for nothing from my friend Luis Martin after you killed him. And which one of you shot Snell with this? Well, how you doing, Crandall?
Great. I'll help you get him back to town. I'll give you my word.
I believe you, kid. This time I got a charge that'll stick against you.
Don't bet on it, Hollister. If there's a loophole, I'll find it.
Any loop you find will be around your neck. Let him out, Charlie. I think you'll be glad to hear that Snell's going to live.
That's good news. What about Jim?
I'm afraid Jim will still have to face trial for his part in the robbery.
Well, you got the money back.
Under the circumstances, I don't think the judge will be too rough on you.
Maybe you can go to the territory of the university after all.
Yeah. You got a good start in your education here in Tombstone.
That's the way it happened in the town too tough to die.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be. 'Cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
All right, throw him down.
What's going on here? Get down, preacher. Put your hands up and turn around.
All right, throw down the box. Open it up, Zeb. See what else they're carrying.
Nothing worth anything, just a case of Bibles. I'll show you how worthwhile a Bible is. You asking to be killed?
Hold it. We came after money, not preachers.
You and me got a date real soon.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened, in the town too tough to die.
Tombstone territory.
The afternoon of December 9, 1882. The stage holdup was reported to Clay Hollister, sheriff of Tombstone.
Come in.
Afternoon, Reverend Tuttle.
Hello, Clay.
It's the load of Bibles you brought in on the stage?
Yes, that's right.
I understand both you and them almost didn't make it.
I wasn't worried.
Well, you should have been. According to what that stage driver tells me, that fella you sent spinning came close to killing you.
I got angry.
Well, Reverend Tuttle, you haven't been in Tombstone very long, so you got a lot to learn. When there's a 6-gun leveled at you, that's not the time to get angry. People like you. They'd rather see you in church than up on Boot Hill.
Amen to that.
Tell me, do you recognize any of the men that held up the stage?
Well, they wore masks.
Well, supposing you'd run into them again, would you know them?
I might, Clay. Come in, Mr. Claiborne.
Hello, Reverend. Clay?
Yes?
Talk to the stagecoach, boys. You lost an awful lot of money.
Yeah, too much. I shouldn't send through a whole month's shipment at one time.
I thought you'd like to know. Big Jim Sten's in town.
Do you know Jim Sten?
Sten? He hasn't been to church, has he?
He wouldn't be caught dead in church. Runs a gambling casino up in Contention. Runs the rest of the town, too.
Would you like to meet him?
For what reason?
From what the driver says, it may have been Sten and his boys that robbed the stage. Where can I find him, Harris?
I saw him walk past the Epitaph, toward the Crystal Palace.
All right, I'll see you later. Reverend? I guess that animal doesn't know he's breaking the law.
No need to draw, Sheriff.
Just keep your hand away from your gun, Jim.
Well, my horse. Glad it was you and not some horse thief.
We have a city ordinance against horses on the sidewalk.
Haven't heard about that in Contention.
You recognize this man?
Is this
Is this Mr. Sten?
That's right, Reverend. Jim Sten. How could the preacher recognize me? Haven't been in Tombstone in weeks. No preacher's been in contention for years.
Is this one of the hold-up men?
One of them, the boss, had the same voice, same build.
Where were you this morning, Jim?
In contention, my establishment.
Anybody can verify that?
Sure, you know how popular it is.
Well, Reverend?
He could be one of the men who held up the stage, yes.
Oh?
Well, in a court of law, could be isn't strong enough. You've got to be sure beyond a reasonable doubt.
How can I be? The masks. Mr. Sten, would you swear on the Bible that you weren't there?
Haven't been near a Bible since I was a kid.
During the hold-up, somebody called out the name of your hired gun, Zeb.
More than one Zeb.
Where was he this morning?
I'm not my brother's keeper. Isn't that what you'd say, Reverend?
It's what Cain said. It's not what I would say.
Mm-hmm. Am I under arrest?
Haven't decided yet. I want the stage driver to have a good look at you.
Are you joking, Hollister? You can't build a case around the identification of a masked man. They'd laugh you out of court.
Clear out of town. I'll know where to find you.
Sure. Reverend, that's my Bible.
Sheriff, how far is this town of contention?
A couple hours ride.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning. Well, good morning, Reverend.
They told me in the office I'd find you here. I'd like to put a notice in the epitaph.
Why, sure. What is it?
Reverend Weeks will be conducting services in the Tombstone Church this Sunday. I'll be preaching elsewhere.
Where's elsewhere?
Contention.
Contention? Well, what for?
I learned those men up there haven't observed the Sabbath in years.
Well, in a little while longer isn't going to hurt him any. But, Reverend, take my advice and stay out of contention. You'd be safer preaching to a pack of rattlesnakes.
Clay's right, Reverend. That's no place for you.
Gentlemen, I'm not concerned with my safety.
What's the matter? Isn't there enough work to be done right here in Tombstone?
Sheriff, I wouldn't think of telling you how to do your job.
And part of my job is keeping people from getting their heads blown off.
I have to go where I think I'm needed most. Good day, gentlemen.
Sunday morning, December 13, 1882. Reverend Malcolm Tuttle was the first preacher to enter contention, Arizona Territory.
Good morning.
What's the matter? You lost your road, mister?
No, I don't think so. Where can I find Jim Sten?
That's his place over there.
Thank you. Gentlemen, is this a fit activity for Sunday morning? Gambling is bad enough, but I'd like to crack your heads together for doing it on the Sabbath.
Preacher, do you want to die?
I know more than you do. But I'm going to teach what I believe in. There's something better in this world than 4 races.
There sure is.
And I'm not talking about a straight flush. If you show some respect to religion, have some for yourself.
Where are you going?
When he gets through, I'll be back.
Same here. You got a grudge against me?
Grudge?
Accusing me of robbing a stage and breaking up my poker game?
I've got other feelings about you, Mr. Sten. But no grudge.
Preacher, I've had enough of you.
I'm just starting.
You're all finished. You know, I've never killed a preacher before, and I'm beginning to wonder what it's going to feel like.
You better get out. And stay out.
I'll be back. There's going to be a church in this town. Service is next week on Sunday, 11 o'clock.
Let me kill him.
What for?
Because I'd sleep better at night if he were dead.
I wouldn't.
Why?
A lot of people could get mad if you killed a reverend.
A reverend? Who cares what he is?
Shut up.
You know, he knows that it was us that robbed the stage.
You can't prove it.
Not today. But maybe tomorrow we can. We made a lot of loot off that stage. I want to live to spend it. And that church business, Jim, you let a preacher in town, and pretty soon you got the law and order boys, and they're digging. And you and me can end up in Yuma prison.
You worry too much.
Even hang. Look, let me gun him real quick. The others will stay out of town.
You do any killing without my orders, you'll answer to me. If that preacher gets in my way, I'll take care of him.
Hope you don't mind my printing that.
No, truth's the truth.
Did Tuttle tell you what went on up in contention?
No, I got an idea he's been ducking me.
Well, from all I hear, he must have done some powerful talking. And Big Jim Sten still hasn't got his poker operation back to normal.
In other words, if he should run from there, he just might not win.
The word's around that if he goes back, Sten and his gun Zeb will kill him.
Oh, well, he's not going back, is he? I'm beginning to think there's something funny about the Reverend Tuttle.
Maybe we just don't understand religion.
It's people. Maybe there's something between him and Sten.
Or like what?
I'm going to find out.
Clay Hollister rode to contention. It appeared Reverend Tuttle had some special reason for risking his life. It was the sheriff's job to protect lives, and that included preachers.
Dealer takes 2.
Bet 5.
10 better.
Call.
Aces.
I have 3 kings.
Hardly worth it. Go buy yourself something.
I understand you've been making some hard threats against the Reverend.
You're out of your territory, Sheriff. 5-count stuff.
Whole county's my territory, and the Reverend's getting to be a pretty good friend. You do anything to harm him, you'll answer to me.
You keep that meddling missionary out of my way.
Meddling missionary.
He seems to have some special reason for wanting to come up here. You got any idea what it is?
He wants to wreck my business.
Why do you think it's special, Mr. Law?
I'll ask the questions.
Well, ask him some other time. I'm trying to run a game, and it's getting harder to do.
Yeah, this place should be full. Can't even build up a pot.
Well, maybe it isn't the Reverend's fault that business has fallen off. Could be other things. Like, for instance, the dealer pulling cards off the bottom of the deck.
You're calling me a cheat?
I'm suggesting these boys watch you a little more closely.
Zeb, put it away.
I sure don't like being drawn on.
And keep out of contention.
I'll go where I want to, when I want to. When I'm ready, I'll come back here.
Well, it looks like I'll have to kill him, too.
December 20, 1882. Sunday morning in Tombstone, Arizona Territory.
Morning, Reverend.
Ooh. Morning, Clay.
You wouldn't by any chance be headed for contention, would you?
You've got no right to stop me, Sheriff.
Look, I don't want to stop you. I just want you to wait for a couple of weeks. You're risking your life going up there now.
I promised services for this morning. If I don't show up, how are the people going to respect the Contention Church?
What Contention Church?
I'm making one. I put this together myself last night while writing the sermon.
Well, I'm impressed, but I ought to lock you up for your own good.
Think that'll help law and order? Sheriff and the preacher feuding?
All right. If I can't stop you, I'll ride along with you.
Be a pleasure to have a church go with me, Sheriff.
If I'm going to church, I gotta be prepared.
The church is a place for peace.
Aim to keep it that way.
It's been a long night. 2 pair. Aces high.
Beats me.
I'm broke.
Yeah, I won a couple of times. Small pots, though.
Look, Sunday morning, the place should be packed full. Jim, do you think the preacher's going to really show up here like he said he would?
You sound like you're hoping.
I am. Ooh, I wish he'd walk in that door right now.
Zeb, take this in the back room. Empty it in the safe and fix up the account books.
I never do that till the afternoon.
Do it now.
Zeb's the top gun. Why don't you let him have his way? Let him shoot up the preacher.
Play cards.
You getting old, Jim? Killing beginning to bother you?
I'll show you.
Then it's not just killing. It's preacher killing. Jim Sten's getting religion.
Yeah, that's right. I'm getting religion.
11 o'clock, December 20, 1882. A day Contention would long remember.
Well, there it is. All we have to do now is get ready.
Couldn't have got yourself much closer to Sten's place. You put up your cross, I'll keep watch.
Well, we've got a church. Now all we have to do is get it open. Let's take a look, fellas. Time for services. Come in. Come in, please. Sheriff is here for services, just like you are.
Yeah, only I'm used to people not wearing their hats in church.
Not me, mister.
In one way, my visit here has been a failure. In other ways, it has been a success. Let us start with a hymn, please. Rock of ages, cleft for me, let me hide myself in thee.
Queens. Aces. Get it done?
Not much to it this week.
Sit down.
Jim, it's the preacher.
I'll take care of him.
When?
When I'm ready.
What's wrong with you, Stan? You're stalling.
Forget about the preacher.
Tough gun. You're a real tough guy.
Don't push me.
The preacher calls Sten's bluff. First thing you know, this will be a law and order
You
town.
call Sten's bluff, I didn't call mine.
You talk big.
I'll gun that preacher down.
What about Sten?
And if he gets in my way, I'll have to take care of him, too.
The sheriff's down there with the preacher.
That doesn't change a thing.
Where's Zeb?
I really think he's going to kill that preacher.
Stop!
Drop it, Zeb. You. Keep an eye on him. Is he bad?
He hasn't got long. How did it happen, Clay?
It looks like Zeb was trying to gun you down. Jim must have tried to stop him.
So Jim Stan got his, fighting for a preacher. He was a big winner. Up until now.
You all right?
Jim, you shouldn't have done it.
Don't lose any sleep about it. I'm glad it's this way. Money, I stole it. In the saloon.
You knew him before, didn't you?
Yes.
How? Church. Take me in the church.
Go ahead, Reverend. I can wait for my answers. He can't.
I guess I came too late to help him.
A lot of others that you can't help, Reverend.
Yes, I know. I was praying I could do something for him.
He sure did go to a lot of trouble.
He's my brother.
Brother.
I heard he was out this way. I didn't know he was using the name Sten until I saw him.
Well, why didn't you tell me?
I wanted to help him first. Perhaps change him.
You did.
me up a memory. Whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be. 'Cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory. Whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
That's Holt Sergeant, all right.
I wonder where the rest of his gang is.
Looks like he's going to Bisbee to join him.
There's a lot of people out there, Clay. Somebody's liable to get hurt.
Whaley boards the stage, ready to go. By that time, the crowd should have broken up.
Hello, Jet.
Hello, Pa.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened, in the town too tough to die.
Tombstone territory.
Holt Sergeant and the new arrival left Tombstone in a hurry. Clay Hollister and Deputy Charlie Riggs were amazed to discover that one of the territory's most notorious outlaws was the father of a teenage son. The sheriff decided to follow Sergeant. This was the first chance to find his hideout, perhaps his gang. The trail led them through the fastness of the Mule Mountains to a cabin hidden by oak trees.
Makes sense bringing him up here. I told you, his ma died.
Yeah, we might use him as a lookout. I can see he don't know nothing about guns.
I'll learn to shoot. And ride, too. I can take care of myself.
Inside, we get company.
Come on.
Behind the wall.
I told you not to meet that stage.
Come on out, Sergeant! Out of here! Don't get that boy hurt!
Give me your gun, Paul.
Get down on the floor.
Go on around back.
I'm gonna make a run for it.
It's our only chance.
It's safer inside. Not for me.
Come on.
It's Dude and Reno! They got away!
Sergeant! Send that boy out! You don't want to get him hurt, do you?
Go ahead. Outside.
I want to stay with you, Paul.
You heard me. Outside.
Get out of the way!
You killed my Paul.
I had to.
He never did nothing to you, and you shot him down.
He was a wanted man.
He was a good man. He was my Paul.
Easy, boy.
I'm gonna kill you someday, just like you killed him.
Stand up, boy. Why'd you come to Tombstone, Chet?
When Ma died, my pa sent for me.
Did you know that your father was an outlaw?
I read about him in the papers.
Yet you came here anyway.
Why not? He had more nerve than any man in Arizona. It said so in the papers.
There's a better use for courage, boy, than robbing, stealing, and murdering.
My pa wasn't afraid of nobody. And neither am I.
Afraid's no use, Sheriff. Looks like this boy's heading for trouble.
Need somebody to set him straight about things. If he isn't helped now, we'll have another gun hand in Tombstone. We got enough of those already.
But that's not your responsibility.
I don't want no help from him.
What do you suggest doing?
Get him a job first thing.
I think you're right. Work never hurt anybody, and sometimes it keeps him out of trouble.
I'm sorry, Hollister, but there's no use discussing it.
I sure wish you could see your way clear, Mr. Hart.
I can't take a chance. We keep a lot of money around. His father's friends are still on the loose.
Well, thanks anyway. Those the only things you're interested in, Jet?
I'm gonna have a gun.
Did you ever shoot one?
I'll learn.
Only thing is, it's my business to be particular who carries a gun in this town. Come on.
I could use another hand, all right, but taking on an outlaw's kid, I don't know.
Did you ever stop to think what had happened, Ed, if people held that against the kid all his life?
That ain't my responsibility.
That's everybody's responsibility.
Well, couldn't pay him much.
That's not important for now. Jet? Jet?
Mr. Hart, how much is that gun with the white grips?
Well, now, that's a mighty nice belt pistol. About $50. But I'm not selling you a gun, boy.
2,000.
Could you identify him, Mr. Hart?
Jim Reno. Dude Kappa. They've been here before.
They took the Bisbee Road, Sheriff.
Where'd you disappear to? Go on, get back to the livery stable. I got your job. Oh, Charlie.
Any luck, Clay?
Like the earth opened up and swallowed him.
I got telegrams off. Every peace officer in the territory's on the lookout.
Thanks, Charlie. I lost him when they left that Bisbee Road.
Mr. Hart died.
I want a 20-minute posse ready to go at daylight.
Clay, I think you should know what they're saying around town.
What are they saying around town?
Well, that the boy tipped off Reno and Capper and acted as lookout.
No.
He was there. Right in front of the store, dozens of people saw him.
Jet was with me at Brady's livery stable. I got him a job and then he disappeared.
Where'd he go?
Charlie, I don't know, but he wasn't gone long enough to...
I warned you.
You warned me what?
Ought to have had my head examined. Let you talk me into hiring that boy.
What happened, Ed?
I'll tell you what happened. Jet Sergeant stole a gun and one of my best horses and lit out to join his friends.
A gun?
Had it by my cash drawer. What surprises me is he didn't take the money. Had over $100 in that drawer.
All right, Ed, I'm responsible for your hiring the kid. I'll make it up to you for the horse and the gun.
Everybody warned you, Hollister. Like father, like son.
All right.
Where you going, Clay?
You better be going to catch that young criminal.
I'm going to catch him before he becomes a criminal. There's still time.
June 20, 1885. Jet Sargent rode fast and hard to Canelo Canyon. Clay Hollister followed his trail with ease.
Nice looking gun. Let me have it. Belongs to Ed Brady, doesn't it? After you cock a single action piece, always put your thumb in front of the hammer and change hands. Now you press it firmly into your right hand. That's important because your grip determines your steadiness. Now all you got to worry about is a trigger squeeze. That's most important of all. You got to squeeze them off nice and easy. Don't pull, you pull yourself right off the target.
You're being real helpful.
Main thing's practice. Takes time to learn to shoot good. Well, a boy's kind of like a gun. Go off half-cocked, you can't hit the side of a barn.
I won't go off half-cocked. I'm going to practice till I can shoot just as good as you, Mr. Hollister. And maybe better.
Well, like I said, that takes time. You're not going to have much in jail for stealing.
Well, I'm going to be just like my pa.
End up the same way?
He was doing all right.
Outside the law. Getting things without working for him. Just like you got this gun. Come on. I got work to do.
We found the horses, Clay, but Reno and Capper gave us a slip up in Skeleton Canyon.
Put him in the livery stable. Where's Charlie?
He's still out with the boys.
Good. I got some business to take care of before I can ride out.
Your Honor, I'd like to get this over with so I can get back to my business.
Just hold your horses, Mr. Brady.
Now, if we can get down to cases...
Sit down, Ed. I'm conducting this hearing.
Yes, sir.
Judge Sargent, you'll stand up and face the court. Very serious charge has been lodged against you. Mr. Brady claims you robbed him of a gun and a valuable horse.
Worth at least $200.
Your Honor, I'd like to ask Ed a couple questions, if I may, please.
Go ahead.
Ed, as I understand it, you claim to have lost a gun and a horse, right?
You know I did.
But I returned them both to you.
Got nothing to do with it.
Your Honor, can anything be lost if it's been returned?
What kind of talk is that?
Well, I'd like to think that the boy just borrowed your horse and gun to practice with.
You know better than that.
You really feel that?
The other day you said this wasn't my responsibility. Now it is.
What do you mean?
Well, I got him the job, and that puts it up to me.
Judge Sargent, do you know what this man has done for you?
I know all right.
I hope you do. I'm going to suspend sentence and put you on probation. If the sheriff has confidence in you, I suppose I should too.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Just one other thing. Ed, are you still going to keep that gun around the barn?
Not where anybody can find it.
June 21, 1885. Jed Sargent rode again to Canelo Canyon. He was driven by a fierce determination. July 1, 1885. After repeated practice, the youth developed a shooting eye. July 3, 1885.
Throw me all day with that horse. Come on.
Jet?
What do you want?
Reno's meeting me. We need horses.
Well, this is the sheriff's horse. He'll be coming for it soon.
Well, that's just about perfect.
What do you mean?
Well, me and Reno ain't exactly safe while that sheriff's still alive. He'd like to see us dangling at the end of a rope. Like to kill us. Like he done your pa. Reckon you don't hold it against him then. Him killing your pa.
You better go while you got the chance.
Or he might shoot us down like he done your pa. Or have you forgot about that?
Of course I haven't forgotten.
If it was me, I wouldn't never forget that. Till I paid him back. I'd want to see him dead, too, if he killed my pa.
How's Jet doing, Ed?
Oh. Well, I haven't missed anything.
Well, maybe he learned his lesson.
Drop it, Reno. Now come out reaching. Right there.
What's going on, Clay?
Keep this one here. His partner may be inside.
Sure.
Anybody been in here, Jeff?
No.
I told you. I got nothing to say. Were you gonna meet Capper after you stole the horses? Give up, lawman. I ain't squealing on a partner.
Beat it out of them, Hollister.
Why don't you go back to your livery stable, Ed?
Supposing Duke Capper shows up.
I hope he does. Charlie Riggs is on guard. He's not after you, deputy. He's gonna get you. Maybe.
You better be careful, Hollister. As long as you're alive, he knows there's a noose waiting for him.
That's right. Come on, boy, let's lock you up.
All you gotta do is act natural. Comes in for his horse, I let him have it. You're with me, aren't you, kid? I guess your pa didn't mean nothing to you. He was a fine man, I know. I rode with him. There wasn't any man I ever respected more. I guess he don't mean much to you, or you'd want to see his murderer killed off. Just like he killed your pa. I'm offering to do it for you, kid. All you gotta do is bring him close to me. I'll shoot him in the back.
Let me handle this. I'll do it myself.
You don't even have a gun.
I know what I'm doing.
Nobody's been around here, Clay.
Well, he's got to be around here someplace. Reno wouldn't have come in alone. Look, you go back to the office. I'm going to ride the town limits.
Right.
Hello, Jet. Got the horse ready?
You don't need your horse, Mr. Hollister.
Where'd you get the gun?
I found out where he hid it.
Give it to me.
Not this time.
You don't know what you're doing, kid.
Yes, I do.
I don't want to have to draw on you, kid.
This is my show.
Thanks, Jet.
You helped me.
Well, they convicted Reno, not that we're surprised.
He had it coming.
Well, you all duded up.
Yeah. Even shaved.
You going someplace?
Tucson on business.
Oh, you're gonna lock up the stable.
No need. Got an able hand.
Mr. Sergeant. How about taking care of my horse?
Yes, sir.
Come on, Ed. I'll walk you over to the depot.
Good.
me up a memory. Whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be. 'Cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory. Whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
87. The Markham brothers, vicious by nature, fast with their guns, and true to the Western code of an eye for an eye.
Come on, wake up. We've got a long way to ride.
I'm getting some sleep. All right. Why can't we hold up here?
We got to be in Tombstone tomorrow morning. We're going to be there when Mr. Frank Leslie steps off of that stage. I've been waiting a long time for this.
Well, we couldn't have gunned him when he was in the pen.
Not we, Hank. This'll be my pleasure. Well, why do we have to kill ourselves to get there?
We've been waiting 5 years. One more day ain't gonna hurt us.
Are you forgetting there'd be 5 of us instead of 4 if Leslie hadn't gunned down Steve?
I ain't forgetting nothing.
All right. And I'm not letting Mr. Leslie forget it either.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened, in the town too tough to die.
Tombstone territory.
October 10, 1887.
Morning, Harris.
Frank Leslie comes in on the afternoon stage today.
You want an orange?
Well, haven't you something to say about Leslie?
Guaranteed fresh from Sonora.
It isn't every afternoon we get a paroled gunman back in town.
Look, Harris. Frank Leslie minds his own business and sticks to the terms of his parole. That's good enough for me.
Well, maybe he will. 5 years in Yuma can do something to a man.
We'll see.
He owes it to Doris Markham. If she hadn't pulled important wires, he'd be doing another 10 years.
Yeah, Doris Markham's sure one strong-minded woman.
She sure is. And trouble with Leslie would mean trouble with her. The Maison Dorée, one of Tombstone's more luxurious restaurants. Clay Hollister was a regular patron, but this visit was personal, urgent.
Morning, Miss Markham.
Oh, Sherry.
Mind if I join you?
Please.
Oh, nothing really, thank you. But I will be open for dinner. Your French cuisine's become a weekly must for the editor and me.
Thank you. I try to make the menu of the Maison Dorée a little different.
You've made it quite famous since your husband's death.
You want to talk about Frank, I suppose.
Just don't want any trouble.
You don't think we do? Now, look. All Frank wants is to be left alone. He told me the last time we talked.
A man behind bars will say a lot of things.
Well, Frank meant it. The only reason he's coming back to Tombstone is because of me. We're going to be married.
What's Frank going to do when he hears that old story about how he gunned down your husband?
5 5 years is a long time. People forget.
You're expecting an awful lot, Mrs. Markham. The whole territory knows that story.
Steve was no good. He had it coming. He forced it. I was there.
But the court found Frank guilty.
I know I was the only witness. And a wife isn't allowed to testify against her husband.
Well, it's all in the past now.
All we want is to be left alone.
As far as I'm concerned, you will be. But I'll drop over this afternoon and have a talk with Frank anyway.
You don't have to worry about him.
That's good. Because you know the first sign of trouble and back he goes for another 10 years.
High noon saw Laredo and his brothers ride into Tombstone, a few hours before the stage from Tucson was due.
Hard case is all right.
No law says they can't ride through, though. See how they add up.
Right.
Barkeep says that stage will be in about 3 o'clock. Now, Slip, you go down and check on it. All right, deal him, Hank.
Okay.
You're a little bit jumpy, aren't you, kid?
You got no call to grab a man by surprise.
Looks to me like you're still sprouting.
I've sprouted enough to handle a gun.
Not in Tombstone.
Hold it. You wouldn't be aiming to shoot a man in the back, would you?
Now, we're not looking for any trouble with you, Sheriff.
Well, that's nice, because we don't want any trouble either. Since you seem to be talking for your boys, I'll give you a word of warning, though.
I'm listening.
Keep your guns holstered until you clear town.
And suppose our business calls for other plans.
Well, maybe you better change your plans, then.
Boy, I'd like to.
Slip. Now, take it easy, kid. We've got more important things to do. Now, you go on down and check that stage. Go on.
I don't like it, Laredo. That Johnny Law's no one to fool around with.
Look, we came here to do a job.
Be easier tonight. Leslie'd never know what hit him.
Sandy, that's just it. I want him to know. I want him looking right down at the point of my gun. So no back shooting now, understand?
Sure, Laredo, sure.
Where are you going to nail him, Laredo? The stage station?
No. Now, where do you suppose would be the first place that he'd go, huh? The Maison. And we'll gun him right there in front of his lady friend. Steve would have liked that, Hank.
Yeah. That Doris will be a little surprised meeting families you never saw before. The stage from Tucson rolled in on time. The man who had been known as the fastest gun in the territory stepped off. Buckskin Frank Leslie.
Gonna have a talk with Frank?
Later. There's a time and a place for everything.
We got her all nervous. She's pretty, too.
Keep your mind on what we're here for.
It's so wonderful to have you here. Mary, this is...
Come right in, Mr. Leslie. Step aside, Doris. What's the matter, Doris? Didn't Steve tell you about us? His brothers? They call me Laredo. This is Hank. Sandy. our little brother slip. Now you stand aside, Doris. My business is with Mr. Leslie.
Sorry I can't accommodate you, Laredo. I've no gun.
You can't talk your way out of this, Leslie. Now you pick it up. Go on. Let's see if you're really as fast as they say you are.
I won't do it, Laredo.
Don't tell me Yuma Prison's knocked the man out of you.
Hold it!
I warned you about trouble.
We haven't been any laws yet. But I'll finish this when he's man enough to carry a gun.
Frank. Anything starts, I'll finish it. Now you got until sundown to clear town. All of you. Why don't you give that kid a chance to grow up?
Like I said, Sheriff, we got business.
Well, like I said, sundown.
We ain't gonna do what that sheriff says.
Not unless we finish our business first.
Yeah, well, y'all can have Leslie. All of you. I want that sheriff. He's been riding me ever since we rode in.
Hollister's got a tough reputation, Slip.
Yeah. Well, it won't hurt none for me to be worried.
Got to reply to your wire.
No, thank you.
Secret? No. Just the Markham brothers have quite a reputation. None of it good. But no charges that could stick.
I'll be making the rounds. Clay, why don't you deputize his posse? That Sandy isn't a front shooter like the other three. You need a ring of men all around you.
There's I'm getting paid to do a job. Keeping peace is part of it.
Well, if they're still in town at sundown, would you call what's going to happen peace?
No, I guess not.
And what about Leslie?
Just hope for his sake he doesn't pack a gun, breaking his parole.
In his position, you think he'd go looking for trouble?
Oh, he doesn't have to look for it. It comes looking for him. Miss Markham, Frank, what do we owe you?
This one's on the house, Sheriff. And thank you for your help this afternoon.
Well, thank you.
Hollister, I don't need anyone to do my fighting for me. I'd like to be able to protect myself. And I can't see myself as a corpse. You've got to understand, we can't have any peace or life of our own until this is settled, one way or another. I've got to draw a hand.
But Frank, your parole, it might mean another 10 years.
Man's got a right to sit in his own game.
I'll talk to Laredo. I'll make him see Steve wasn't worth fighting about.
Look, honey, Yuma hasn't changed me that much. I'm not going to hide behind a woman's skirts. Or a sheriff's gun.
The evening of October 10, 1887. Sundown and showdown.
Everything's still quiet.
How about the Markhams?
Still making big talk at the palace.
Frank's on his way to the Crystal Palace. You've got to go down and stop it. I don't know.
Well, you carrying a gun?
I want to talk to you, private.
There's only one kind of talk I'm aiming to do.
Over a brother that wasn't worth it? Get smart, the whole bunch of you.
We're wasting a lot of time, Leslie. Now, what do I have to do to make you draw? Catch you dealing from the bottom like my brother did?
You got the stories mixed, Laredo. Your brother was doing the cheating.
Got you again.
You're sure lucky it wasn't murder. You got 30 more minutes before dark. Won't be any talk after that. What kind of a fool trick was that? You trying to get yourself killed?
You had my word about no guns. Just thought I might be able to reason with him.
Looks like we're going to have to take care of Hollister first.
Now, you really don't think they'll ride out?
We'll know in 30 minutes. Even if they don't, it's not your job to see that they...
Oh, Frank, darling. I was so worried about you.
I'm all right, Doris. Nothing happened.
Oh, Sheriff. Thank you.
Why don't you two go on along, huh?
It's my fight. Just give me the word.
Not in Tombstone, Frank. Haven't you got wedding plans to discuss?
Can you get back to the restaurant?
Oh,
I'll be right along. Go ahead. What's wrong with my backing your play?
This is a job for the law. We'll take care of it. And I don't want civilians mixing in a shootout.
The odds are still 4-2, Sheriff.
They usually are. The sun's setting fast. Yeah.
There's one Markham less. Somebody at the corner.
How is it, Slim?
Clean through. I stopped worse.
He's gonna be all right.
What made young Markham go for him?
He just happened to be behind me. That bullet had my initials on it. How is the kid?
I sent for the coroner.
It's 3 against 1 now, Hollister.
Laredo. Slip's dead.
Slip? What happened?
That lawman.
Let's get him. And I don't care how, but let's get him.
No. He'll come to us now. Be better this way.
Killed little Slip. Dirty?
Sandy, now you get your rifle and get up on a roof somewhere. We'll take care of Leslie later.
I'll be all right, thanks.
Deputize me, Sheriff. They want to be sent back to Yuma for killing another man.
You're deputized.
He's coming, Laredo, and he's not alone.
Harris, going back. I need somebody to print the epitaphs. Watch yourself. There's just two of them on the street. On Laredo, he'll move first.
Got a feeling someone else has got their eyes on us.
Yeah. Right on our backs. What is it?
Your deputy just got Sandy.
Well, I told him to go get his shoulder patched up. How do you like the odds now, Laredo? It's 2 against 2. Here's your big chance, Laredo. To be famous or dead. All right, Laredo. Drop your guns.
All right. You come and get him.
Frank, oh my dog.
Oh, boy, they give up hard. How is it? Well, didn't hit the bone. I guess I can walk on it.
bothers me, Harris. That back shooter's the only one left alive.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be, 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.